All right, everybody, welcome. KMS Brews, fantastic special edition. We got Minifan Kim Jong-un, myself, Cameo Blind Mike, Inspector J, Shank Fight Club, Kirk's Desk. We got a special guest for you.
Noise, smoking weed, drinking beers, rolling fatties, smoking bliffs. Who smokes the bliffs? Who smokes the blunts? Rolling blunts and smoking blunts. Beers. KMS, brews and beers. KMS, those brews and beers. Yo, with my host, mini fan, Kim Jong-un, Cameo Blind Mike, Medium Poppy, Kirk's Desk, my rap stink. That is right. Anyway, man, KMS Brews, the bee's knees. Check it out. J Muse saying, snooch to the nooch. Do it, KMS Brews. You are the ones who have a YouTube. Snoochy booches. Guys, I hope you have a great day this day, next day, and many more days to come for all the names I mentioned and for you watching here on the Tube You. Snooch to the nooch, to the noinge, drinking beers, staying KMS Brews, KMS Brews. Again, my raps are... Anyway, man, do it, KMS Brews. Remember this face. When you see this face, you'll remember it's the guy who said, check it out, y'all, snoochy booches.
Oh, unbelievable. J Muse joins the show. Yeah, baby.
Whoa, Jesus. That's going to rocket us to the top of the channel.
Seriously, we're going to the top of it. So it's a special episode. Everybody show. We're doing 40s today. And not one of you motherfuckers are leaving until what? Until you're done with your fucking treat.
That's how they do 40s up in Maine.
That's how they do 40s in Maine. Yeah. So I'm opening mine up. What do you guys got? Show your malt liquor. Jay, what do you got?
No malt liquor.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, there was a very limited selection where I went. In fact, I could barely find it. I had to go inside the main cooler to get the champagne of bottled beers.
There you go.
Miller High Life 40.
I couldn't find that either.
Yeah. Oh, I found all of them. It was the whole wall.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. You're still talking.
No, he's
Nope.
not.
I'm good.
All right. So I went this evening to my local beer store, and they had no 40s. They had 24 ounces of some malt liquors, but I'm like, that's not a 40. So I couldn't do that. And then I guess I could have gone to the shady part of the town and went to the liquor, the corner store there and found something, but didn't have time. So I decided to take it a little Santazo likes this. This is a Kirk Minahan show. I'm just going with some Screwball. That kind of fits it, right? So this is half of the Mama Gary's cream that we made up there in Madawaska. That obviously and I made that up, and so this was part of it. The other half was Bailey's Irish Cream. So I can drink this out of my nice bag for Halloween here. I think it'll work well.
So you have to finish the bottle, right? That's a rule. Yeah.
Probably have to. Yeah. So
That was the beginning of the end of Blind Mike's career, sucking down that Screwball.
You motherfucker ended Blind Mike's career.
It was a good drink. So I'm sorry I don't have a 40 because I really wanted to do the 40. So some other show will have to have one anyway. So
It's all right. Shank, what do you got?
So I also went with some High Life. I don't think you can go wrong with a Miller High Life. It's a great shitty beer, and it's one that I could drink all day.
Yeah. Kim, go.
All right, so I harkened back to my college days. My favorite thing back in college, at the end of the month, when I ran out of my money, only had $10 left. 40s of malt liquor were about $2.50. Pack of butts were $5. So for $10, I could get drunk and I had a pack of butts for that night. And I always went with Steel Reserve. So I went around my town, no malt liquor at all. So I had to go over to Framingham, and I was extremely upset because they don't sell Steel Reserve in glass 40s anymore. They sell them in plastic, 42 ounces now, with the Coors Light, if it's blue, it's cold sticker on it somewhere. So I was extremely depressed. But the weird thing is, my freshman year was 2001, and the cost of a 42 ounce is the exact same cost of a 40 ounce of malt liquor back in 2001. So I don't know how they're doing it, but this was my go-to back in the day, and thought I'd give it a try, and it's fucking disgusting. But yeah, I'm gonna drink it the entire time and see what happens.
Well, the plastic costs less to ship, so that's how they keep it at the same price, and you get the extra 2 ounces.
But St. Ides was still $2.50, and that's in a glass bottle.
Oh,
They
nice.
probably have it in plastic too, though, because then they can't, you can't throw it and break it and destroy the neighborhood. So it's very liberal.
Is it made by Coors? Is that what you were saying?
No, it reminds me of Coors because remember when Coors Light made the mountains turn blue when it's cold. This has a sticker on it that says, "If this is blue, it's cold."
I
Oh,
want to see that. Take it out.
gotcha. Yeah, let's see that
Take it out. Take it out of the bag.
thermo sticker.
Oh, blue. Oh, it's blue. All right.
High gravity.
Cold, wait. Cold when blue. See?
Oh, yeah.
Like the dude gives a fuck if it's cold or not. That's getting hammered under the subway. In the subway.
Hey. No discrimination.
Oh, sorry. All right. So myself, I got some Colt 45.
Oh, that's a classic.
Malt
Yeah.
liquor.
Mhm.
Oh God, it's terrible.
I honestly don't remember how I could stomach these doing like Edward, 40 hands in college because I could not do that again. This is fucking gross.
Did you do Edward 40 hands?
I finished it one time my junior year and I puked everywhere.
Oh, sure. 80 ounces of beer. Did you guys watch all of Cobra Kai? No spoilers, but there is there is a Edward 40 hands scene in it. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, season 2. Yeah, it's so good.
Did you ever have the Menthol Colt 45? The cool 45?
Oh,
That exists.
God.
That's
That's
I don't know if it's still around now, but it was around in the olden days. So
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Menthol Colt 45. Cool
That's
45.
like a
The man
double,
that smokes
double addiction. It's a double addiction.
Well, outside of Colt 45, Steel Reserve, and St. Ides, like what other malt liquor 40s are? I was trying to think of that.
Mickey's.
Mickey's. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for.
That's the one I was looking for. If you go on the old intranet, there is like 40 something. I love $40, something like that, and they have a list. There's like 150 different 40-ounce beers out there.
So here you go. The Colt 45 with menthol. It's called Cool Colt.
It's got fiberglass in it.
And just to put it into perspective, it's a 1.4 on Untapped.
There you go. That's not bad.
That was like St. Ides. St. Ides used to do the flavored ones, so you could get like it was a malt liquor. It was like a Mad Dog 2020 version of St. Ides. So they had like wild berry and strawberry, and sometimes we get those when some of the girls that we were like partying with wanted to get drunk cheap too. So
That's right.
Essentially a Four Loko.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I miss Four Loko. I know we're talking about 40s, but I miss the original Four Loko. I used to pound those things before Patriots games when I used to have season tickets, and my heart would be racing before I even went to the building with all the caffeine. It was awesome.
They actually, I've seen them on secondary sell for like 90 a can right now.
With the those things are
the old school regular Four Loko.
Those are 9 years old then, because that was 2011 when those were. That was the 11th season when the Patriots lost to the Giants. Was the last time that those had caffeine in them.
So when I went to the store, I think the selection besides the Miller was Bud Light Ice, and the one that I remember growing up, and I'm not sure if it's still around, was Old English 800.
Yes, Old English. That's the one I couldn't remember.
That's the one. The Old English.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So,
Yeah,
Cam, at your store, were any of them in plastic or they were all in glass?
I didn't touch them all.
Okay.
He's very sensitive with the COVID. He doesn't like to touch things.
The Natty Ice might have been in plastic because the bottle was different, but I didn't touch it. I was going to get Natty Ice.
Well, that is the one thing I like about this though. It's a wide mouth, so that's the one thing I didn't like about 40s back in the day because the small top I used to, if I was drunk, take a huge hit and then spray myself in the face with it. So the wide mouth makes it a little easier.
Yeah, you being drunk was not part of it. You doing that anyway.
Well, you could cover up the taste with all those cigarettes. So
yeah, sure.
I will say I do appreciate the screw top. So if you're going, like, if you get one of the Miller Lights or whatever that come with the screw tops, I actually do kind of like those. It makes it much more convenient.
This is screw top. All right. So malt liquor is defined as an alcoholic liquor made from malt by fermentation rather than distillation. Beer with a relatively high alcohol content. So we've all dabbled. So what are some of your guys' favorite, to be in the theme, drinking games? Anybody have one that pops out and maybe a story? Take over. Shank?
I mean, I'm a big fan of beer pong. I
Sure.
always loved playing that. I remember even in Saco, it was great just playing with everybody. And I know it's a little different now where you can't really drink out of the cups. It's a much different world than when you're in college and you can't afford to waste any beer or anything. So, but yeah, I mean, I always loved playing beer pong. It was something that could easily spend 4 or 5 hours just playing and having a blast.
Oh, I love beer pong. What about you, Kim? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, beer pong is probably my favorite of all time. In college, we play electricity and asshole and all that stuff. But I think one of the favorite ones I ever did was when I was rushing my fraternity. We used to do these things where we would pair up with a sorority. So you'd be assigned a sorority girl, and it was the handcuff game. So you'd be handcuffed to them, and you'd have to drink an entire case of Busch Light in order to be uncuffed from the girl that you were with. And you couldn't get uncuffed until you drank the entire case. And we're talking freshman year. So a lot of these girls really hadn't been, seasoned drinkers yet. So it literally ended up being the guy drinking, 20 beers while the girl drank 4. And I just never forget when the first time I ever did handcuff, I literally blacked out. I finished, ended up hooking up with that girl too. I mean, it was a win-win all around, but it's just, that was, I used to love some of those, really hardcore drinking games we had to do with sororities when I was in my fraternity. And then probably asshole outside of that was obviously, we'd play that almost every single weekend in college.
Nice. What about you, Jay? Sure, you've seen a lot of games.
I'm just surprised Kim could perform after 20 beers, so I'll give him credit for that.
Who said I was any good? It probably sucked.
He's probably banging a hole in the wall. No idea.
I mean, beer pong was before my time. There weren't really the so-called drinking games back in the olden days. Des maybe has some, but no, it was more, maybe watching a TV show and they said this thing so many times, or, just around different horseshoes or things like that. But they weren't really, kind of organized drinking fests, so to speak.
Nice. Yeah, Des, what do you got? Any good games? You playing later tonight, or?
Nothing later tonight. I've always been an introvert. I've always kind of sat and drunk by myself at nighttime. So I never really had any friends to play games with. So I would just sit there and just play with myself and drink.
That's the theme of the week of the show, too. That's what we could say.
And that makes me sad.
That's right.
Sad.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I went to a beer Olympics once, and our team came in second place, and it was flip cup. We did like a slip and slide. We had to go down it and then chug a beer. My favorite card game was always this game called Kings.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of different names for this game, but you have your deck of cards, and each card represents something. So, like a 7, I can't remember. I think that was Thumb Master. Where then there was something was Rhyme, and then the best one was the King, which was Waterfall. So if you got that, you started drinking. And everyone had to keep drinking and go around until you were done. So if you had somebody that just can chug an entire, beers after beers, you were screwed. And you were just getting hammered. Did you guys have any different variations of that?
Well, that's that same game, but then would you do the beer in the middle?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was the worst part. So if you were doing waterfalls and then you got screwed, and then you had to shotgun the last beer. That's why I love that game, because that was the perfect game to do if you were pre-gaming before going to the bars, because that thing would get you drunk fast.
Oh, we used to get fucked up. I mean, but then some people did different things where they would like pour a shot in the middle, and then at the end someone's drinking like 5 shots. It was so much fun though. Coming up, like I said, there was rhyming. There was one with girls just drink, guys just drink. I should bring it up now. Give 2 to a person.
Giving numbers was a lot of the numbers.
It was all the numbers. Yeah. So 4 was questions. So you'd have to keep asking somebody a question, and they'd have to respond in a question. If they didn't, they'd have to drink. Shit like that. So that was the stuff I used to play.
What was this asshole game you're talking about, Kim?
Asshole's pretty popular.
Yeah, Asshole's it's basically the best way to describe it. It's a card game where you basically want to collect pairs, and you have wild cards, and you want to be the first one to get rid of all your cards. And then the last person's the asshole. And if you win like 3 games in a row, then you can make rules. I'll never forget I won 3 games in a row one year. This was actually after college, and one of my best friend's wife was asshole. Like they were dating at the time, and I made her wear socks on her hands for the rest of the game. Which, if you're ever playing cards with socks, you can't then move. So she was asshole every single round because she had to wear socks on her hands every single round, until the point where she flipped out and refused to play and ran off, and then it was big deals, and then I was the asshole apparently. So it goes full circle. But that was it's a popular game. It's easy to play. But the one game I hate. I was thinking about this thing about Beer Fest is the one where you have to and then you have to do their faces, and everyone has to mimic. I fucking sucked at that game, and I hated it. And every single time in the summer when I'd come home, all my friends that were girls, they're always like, "Oh, let's play this game." I fucking hated that game.
Have you guys seen that movie Beer Fest?
Oh yeah, great
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. So
No, I don't think so.
Oh, Jay, you should check it out. It's made by the guys that did Super Troopers.
It's Broken Lizard.
Yeah, Broken Lizard. So
I'm not a great movie fan, and I don't know if that's because I worked at a movie theater growing up, but yeah, I don't watch a lot of movies, unlike Kirk.
I figure that working at a movie theater would make you a movie fan. I mean, you get to see all the stuff for free, no?
Well, I mean, the ones that I worked at, yes, but maybe I just got burnt out on movies. I'm just
He worked at a different kind of movie theater.
yeah, Pee Wee Herman was there one night. So
Even Fred Willard too.
They're like, Jay, here, take this mop, go clean up.
No, we'd have like dollar night, and so this was like when the first Star Wars movies were out. And we get like, it was an old fashioned theater. It was double decker balcony below. It looked like you were in outdoors. We had starlights. We had a moon that went by. We had windows on the side. The biggest thing for me was going around looking for people that smuggled in beer so we can tie that into the show, because you'd hear the cans or the bottles roll down the fucking aisle, and I'm going around with a flashlight looking for, hey, you fuckwad, who smuggled in beer,
That's nothing. I went to opening night Ali in Framingham 2001. It was Christmas Day. My girlfriend was Jewish, and that's what they used to do every year. They go to see movies on Christmas Day. So we went, and we're in there, and the group behind us just started smoking a bowl in the middle of the movie theater in Framingham at like 8:00 at night. So, I mean, beers is nothing compared to these people. And on top of that, they had like a 4-year-old with them, and it was like, a nighttime thing, and they were smoking weed. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's easy to smuggle, but fucking 6-pack down your pants is a little more difficult. Unless you got a schlong, well, I won't mention any names, so.
Jay was just going to show a schlong like who?
I don't want to know.
Just gonna throw one out. Kim. Okay. Schlong like Kim.
He's got like Willie Cologne or something like that.
There was enough masturbation, long talk on the show this week. So
Oh God, so much. I didn't even finish the episode today, but
yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, I still have to finish today's.
Nice. Yeah, so these beers are fucking good, man. I mean, this is better than any Trillium I've ever had.
I don't hate this.
Jesus, we got to start a drinking game every time fucking CBM
We said that.
says Trillium. Yeah, he's got to take a shot of Screwball or something.
So we're starting. Anytime I say Trillium, drink. Trillium.
They got shut down again for COVID in Fort Point this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's at least the second time that they've had an issue. Yeah. I mean, it's only going to get worse.
I feel like they're going to get. I don't know if they're as strict, but if you get like 2 or 3 cases, I think they start investigating too as well.
No, they investigate after one in most towns. Like my friend owns a bar in Braintree, and they got a COVID case, and they investigated immediately, and they wouldn't let them reopen until they went through everything. So I think it depends on town to town, or city to city. But yeah, they will investigate after one.
Any bar pie at that place?
Yeah, it's a South Shore place, but they're good. I mean,
how did I know that? Yeah,
they're good. It's good. I mean, Patrick wants to have a bar pie show with me on YouTube, which I'm considering doing. His bar pies and beer are my 2 favorite things in the world. But they do good ones.
Patrick the president.
Patrick the president.
Oh, you have to do it.
Patrick wants to do it.
There you go.
No, but like. It's interesting because what I think they need to do, I think that Treehouse does it the best with the process of getting beers, of not letting anybody indoors, and just having your car pull up and get it. That's the only way these breweries are going to get through the winter, and survive and be able to, continue curbside service. These people that are allowing people indoors, even to pick up beer, it's not going to be a good model going into the winter because cases are rising. We're at almost, between 700 and 900 a day now. There's no way that they're going to continue to let people in buildings.
Well, it's going to be tough for a lot of these places that have patio seating. I mean, they maybe have another couple weeks of being able to have a patio open, and then they're going to have to make a big decision. Do they either go indoor or do they shut down and just do to go?
They're doing tents. I mean, I'm not sure. Like, if you drive around Worcester, like I was out there for a reason, for work, and all these places that have parking lots are just erecting tents now, and it's a mad scramble for propane heaters and infrared heaters, and the lead times on those things are insane for restaurants. So that's what they're going to try to do. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be able to do it, but we'll see.
Well, and for some of these smaller places, some of these smaller places, they're not really going to be able to afford to keep heaters going all winter. The propane costs a ton. And just like you said, the lead time for it, they may not even be able to get any. So a lot of places are going to be hit really hard this winter.
Yeah, I was going to say, I read a few, not necessarily breweries, but restaurants where they're hibernating for the winter. They're going to try to survive by shutting down and then see if they can come back when the weather returns.
Well, erecting a tent really isn't doing much. I mean, one of the things I do for work is tied into, COVID with UV lights and things like that. And we've seen the science coming from the federal government because we're working with one of the manufacturers I work for. Eating indoors is risky. It's coming right from the feds. I mean, it's an airborne disease. They know that. It's an airborne virus. Everyone knows that. It's even erecting these tents, you're just capturing it all in a room where there's no ventilation. So that's not the answer either. So these people that are erecting tents are just making a situation even worse. So
they're putting these tents up and they're opening like a side of it, so they have, so they're able to say, oh, hey, it's open, but it's really not. It's going to be tested.
There's no ventilation with one side open.
No, and with the heated fans, I mean, it's probably even worse. I went to the Guild. The Guild has a place in Pawtucket, but they also have a beer garden. There's a pedestrian bridge in Providence, and they just have a spot for food trucks. So there was Ming's. You guys have never had it, check it out. It's more in Rhode Island. Awesome Asian food truck. And then there was like a sandwich food truck. Then they had the Guild, which they were pouring 6 beers, $7 each. It was all outside. It was fucking awesome. I was like, God damn it! I wish I could do this all winter, but nothing was covered. They're going to be able to go for like 2 weeks, the most now. I mean, I'll go there with a winter coat. I don't give a shit. I hope they stay open.
What's the guild? Sorry, what's the guild?
The guild is it's in Pawtucket, and it's a ton of breweries that have come together. Night Shift's one of them, and it's actually where they brew their the nightlight or whatever, their light beer.
Yeah, the nightlight.
Yep.
And yeah, Narragansett. There's a bunch of other breweries. Do you guys know them? Revival, maybe.
Yep.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Yeah. So there's just a bunch together, and they have a little beer truck out there, and they're just pouring beers. And actually, it was cool. They had their email on there, and you could, request them for parties and stuff. That would have been fucking cool for Maine. For Saco, that would have been awesome to have a truck like that. So
yeah,
oh,
maybe in the future we'll think
those shit food trucks up there.
Yeah, really. I mean, I'm sure they'll drive 2
Salmonella.
hours for 1,000 minifans.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, man, I got a long way to go.
Yeah, I'm about. This is brutal.
Got a long night ahead of you. Glad I got the screwball.
I can finish this in a minute. Ready?
Glad I'm not transporting any dogs tomorrow. So
we have to say, I do love that Puma track suit right there. You're
That look good, right?
wearing. It's
really nice.
It fits perfectly
If I'd known,
with the 40.
I would have
And
queued up some NWA.
Very
straight to
slimming.
Compton. We would have.
Give me some.
We would have done this right.
Yeah, I need something to take away from my beer gut, so I wear these hip track jackets.
well, your wife stole your KMS hoodie, so you're using that.
She
now.
did.
Yeah.
She's wearing it now. And we're gonna watch Borat tonight. Very nice. Good.
I got through about the first half earlier.
Oh damn it!
Shank, don't spoil it. Come on.
No, I'm not gonna. I won't spoil anything. I think it's I think it's kind of what you expect 15 years after a character has been beaten to death. There are some funny parts so far, but
Did you get to Rudy Giuliani?
No, that's coming up. So I'm right before that. So I need to see that, but
Rudy's a pervert. Everyone knows the guy was a cross-dressing pervert. I mean, like, I'm not surprised that he was touching himself. I was fixing my shirt. Who lays on their back on a bed to tuck their shirt in? I mean, that whatever.
Who are we talking about?
Rudy.
Tubin?
No, Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, Rudy.
America's mayor. He's a well-known pervert.
America's mayor.
We're just taking a short break.
We got to look underneath Kirk's desk.
there you go.
Hey, we weren't on a break.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
Hey,
You know what happens when I put this track jacket on? Everybody just gets wild and crazy.
as George
Right.
Costanza said, "Hey, if anybody told me there was something wrong with that,
Do you have sex on that desk? Yeah. Was there something wrong with that? That's no idea.
Kim's staring at that plastic bottle for some reason.
Fuck,
I don't know.
All right. So I'm not joking. I haven't had a 40 since college.
Yeah.
And literally this was like my go-to, like I said before, like when I was out of money, like at the end of the month, like my parents would give me a little, my money for the month. It was the best thing in the world. It was,
Money for
All right,
the
that
month.
makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't get any money for the month either. Yeah. Cameo and I were eating ramen noodles, and Kim gets his money for the month.
well, I'll tell you this right. Freshman year was the worst though, because a buddy of mine was a bouncer at Monkey Bar at UMass Amherst. So I would walk up with my ID that said I was 19 years old, and he just let me in. So I'm 19 years old, and I just blow through so much money at the bar because I was like, oh my God, I'm 19 years old. I'm at the bar with my fraternity brothers and everyone. So by the end of the month, I'd blown through everything. So, when I have $10 left, and I used to smoke back then, like I said before, you could get 2 packs. You get a pack of butts and 2 40s. But I'd roll through those things like nothing. And I can't do this. Like this is going to be tough to get through this in the next 15 minutes if we're going to do this for the end of the show.
Yeah, I'm done right now. Ready? Everybody drink. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm doing it. I'm going to finish this before we end.
Oh, me too.
No,
Yeah,
that's
ABV
some high test shit. You don't have
Yeah,
to
the
send
Steel
it.
Reserve's like 8 or 9%.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. That's why I like the idea of High Life. It's relatively low, and I'm pretty sure I won't throw up after I finish this. But
Yeah.
But that's why we did Steel Reserve, because like literally, like you have like 2 like or 3 Busch Lights left in the in my micro fridge in the dorm room.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you do 2 of these things. You start drinking at 6. By 11, you were done. I mean, you start doing whatever you wanted to do and start getting nuts.
so when I was like 24, I discovered Natty Daddies. So 24-ounce natural light like malt liquor. It's 8%, and it would be $1. So I would go and get 2 or 3 of those, and an hour, 2 hours into the night, I was done. And for $2 or $3, you get hammered. And it just, I felt like shit the next day.
So that's in college what we would do so every single time on the weekends, like when we'd have a fraternity party, there would be after hours would be at one of the fraternity brothers' apartment at Alpine Commons at UMass. So what we would do is when we would get $40 and we get a keg of Natty Ice, because it would just keep you getting shit faced, and it was the cheapest keg you could get because they didn't do Milwaukee's best kegs at Liquors 44 in Amherst. So the cheapest one, the highest ABV you get was Natty Ice kegs, and they were $40 back in like 2001, 2002, that area.
It'll get you drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, I spent most of when I was younger, I was drinking Mad Dog 2020, and then something not Four Roses bourbon. That's bourbon. Some Roses wine or something like that. I don't know. Maybe
What was your favorite Mad Dog flavor?
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, strawberry kiwi. Strawberry kiwi was the best one.
No,
There's some
was,
Roses wine that was, came in, it was like $2 a bottle. We used to get that, and when I was punk rocker, hang out with our skateboards, hanging out in the parking garages in the city.
Listen to Bad Religion, man. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, had my
he was a big social distortion guy. He was a social distortion guy.
Wow, Shank's making some progress.
I love Bad Religion.
Hey,
I'm trying to muscle through this.
Sorry, Des.
You almost got it, Shank. You're looking good.
Des, do you remember Haffenreffer?
Haffenreffer. I do not remember that. No, I don't. No.
It was a green. We call it the Green Dragon or Green Death. It was a 16-ounce malt liquor and cheap, like the other stuff we're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
here we go.
What was your guys' go-to like cheap like beers and stuff back? Because we had a rotation where at Liquors 44 it was $9.99 for a case of Busch Light bottles. It was $8.99 for a 30 of Milwaukee's Best. And then the other rotation we had when we had no money was the hell's the name? Busch Light. Rubinoff vodka. $8.99 for a handle of Rubinoff, which is also the same thing as Poland Spring vodka, which was also $8.99 a handle.
Poland
Spring vodka. I like Poland Spring. It's triple distilled. No, I'm kidding.
It was literally, you would feel your throat and stomach burning for the next 24 hours after you would drink Rubinoff or Poland Spring vodka. And it was $8.99 a handle.
When we talked to Kevin when he was on from Bristol, he talked about 1776. When I worked over there, they sold 24 cans, 16-ounce cans of Rolling Rock for like $14.99, and I would buy that. And those were the beer pong days. When I was in college, I would go with either Rolling Rock or Narragansett because Gansett would be like $5 for a 6-pack of the Tall Boys, and it tasted like shit, but if you had 6 of them, you felt fine.
I'm glad you brought up Gansett because I was doing a little research, as I always do for KMS Brews. And Narragansett had it was called the Giant Imperial Quart. So it was not 32 ounces. I think it was the 40 ouncer, but they were one of the only local breweries that had they called it the Giant Imperial Quart. And I worked at a package store. The guy would come in pretty much every day and would get a case, which I think was 12 of the giant imperial court Narragansett. I mean, this guy, he smelled like piss. He looked like shit. And he would come in and get a fucking case of that shit pretty much every day.
Jay, did you work everywhere? Movies, a package store.
I did.
You told me once I used to shovel shit for money. I mean, what else did you do?
I worked at a golf course.
Jizz mopper, you said that.
Shut the fuck up. The floor is not yours. Jizz mopper. Hey, I lived a full life. You know, I'm not prancing around Rhode Island, Swansea, wherever the fuck you live.
You didn't have your parents to give you a monthly allowance?
No, I didn't have mom.
Whoa.
You know, Kim and Kirk's both start with K. They had their parents, you know, oh, give me some money. I need some money.
I need some cigarettes and 40s, Mom. Okay, honey.
Yeah, if they ever saw the receipts of what I spent my money on, they would have been fucking bullshit. It was that and the like DP dough and fucking wings.
You know what the best thing about working at the movie theater was? I would collect posters and I saved them for years and years and years. So I had original Star Wars. I had Halloween.
Those are worth money.
Yes, and I sold most of them on eBay. Many of them went for, you know, hundreds of dollars. I also worked as a radio broadcaster. I think you guys might know that. I would save all kinds of record albums, 45s, reel to reel. I sold a reel to reel on eBay. It was like the Eagles Japanese version. It sold for like $135, just something, you know, that I kept over the years. So that's why I tell Kim, don't throw out your cans. I'm happy to come by and pick them up. I'll take the 5 cents, you know, anything I can get. So.
There's a difference between my cans and a original Star Wars poster.
No, I know. You know, I'm saying I don't let anything go to waste. So
Shank, I know we haven't seen you. You got a new bespoke post. You got a box of awesome. Tell us about. Yeah. I know you might not have it in front of you. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I got a cask, so you could do some aging in it. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. I'm thinking maybe doing a tequila in it. I'm a big fan of tequila. I don't drink it a ton, but it would give me an excuse to go and buy something halfway decent. So the little card that they send with it, they recommend doing like a white rum, tequila, or like a moonshine. I think something like a moonshine could be a little aggressive, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe doing a tequila with it. And yeah, it's really cool. It's not a huge barrel, but it's just enough to get a decent sized bottle, and you know, it's kind of a special occasion type of thing.
There's a brewery in the Bronx. I don't know if I shared it on KMS Brews. I definitely showed Kim, but it's called White Lightning. They sell pretty much bourbon or whatever it is, whiskey, not in the barrel, so it's just clear. Mm-hmm. So that'd be cool to get if you can find it.
Yeah, I briefly looked for something like that. I didn't see anything at the store that I went to the other day, but yeah, I think that's definitely a future option.
If you have 12 years to wait, you can buy Pappy White Lightning pretty easily. Like they sell it every year, and it never sells out. Dirt cheap, but you'd have to age it yourself, obviously, and wait 12 years.
I would just throw some Everclear in there and get it a little barrel aged.
Fuck that! I would just buy one of these. Yeah, baby.
No, I can't say enough about the bespoke post. I think it's a really cool service. I know Kim, you were talking about getting it too, and you know, it's something to really look forward to every month. And you know, I don't really spend money on anything other than beer, so you know, to just kind of treat yourself to something new every month is pretty cool.
My last month was a Manscaped. I thought of DUC the entire time when I got that.
While you were manscaping yourself, you thought of DEC? That's cute.
Yeah, you know, that nice, beautiful face of his. He's not DEC anymore. He goes by his real. I'm not going to dox me, but he goes by his real name now.
No, most people know his real name.
Yeah, but there's still that one asshole that wants to dox him even and go after him anyway. So
Oh yeah,
This
yeah.
asshole, name names.
you know who it is.
So
You
are
know.
you now a smooth hairless boy? Because that's right up his alley.
It doesn't matter at this point. Like I have 2 toddlers and I don't have sex, so fucking it doesn't matter.
What are your
I'm gonna
underarms
have to
smell?
clip that
I-
from the show now.
I spend most of my nights in my office late night just watching TV and like playing with myself like Kirk
I
does.
was gonna say
Wow,
when you
yeah.
rub yourself on your blanket or your sheet, you need to feel smooth and hairless.
Oh God!
But all right, so I gotta say this, like to tie it back to the show. I like when Kirk explained like the first time he ever like ejaculated, it was the exact same like scenario with myself. Like literally came out in chunks, and I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Oh Jesus Christ! You want to throw up this Miller Lite for fuck's sake? All right, Shank's almost done. I think he's Kim's
I'm
right
almost there. I
behind
can finish
him.
this.
Cameo's slamming it down. Kim's checking the volume in
Oh,
that plastic
Like Shanks
container.
in first.
Yeah.
I had 2 more ounces than you assholes.
No, but
Ooh.
That
Shank.
is fair.
No, Shank and I had the light duty, so
Yeah. I'm a bitch, so I had to go something light.
This is actually only like 5.5% or something like that.
What is mine?
Really?
By the way,
Yours is like 8% or 8.9.
8.1.
Yeah.
Jeez.
yeah. I think you're sleeping in the basement tonight.
Not to sleep in my office. I got a sectional pull-out couch in my office. I'll just sleep.
Any
Like a
calls
basket for
any
your vomit?
calls with China tonight or not?
No, oh well, no. We had our China call. Our actually really funny.
Yeah.
So we had a one of the companies I work for that I'm supposed to go to China for. They have a sales meeting, and out of nowhere they're like, "Yeah, so we're gonna do it on Discord." I'm like, what? So I had to
Worlds are colliding. You go. What
I had to create a new real Discord with my real name, real email address, and all I can think of is like, thank God I didn't get fucking banned from Discord, like doing those server raids with everybody else, because I'd be like trying to explain to like my boss, hey, I'm not allowed on Discord anymore because I was in the SpongeBob SquarePants server fighting with people about Sandy not being an astronaut. And me and Phil, and BA were fighting. Like, literally, that's why they all got banned. Like, I would love to explain that to my boss that I couldn't go to a Discord sales meeting for.
I got thrown
voice
out
chat.
of the Pizza Hut Discord for talking about their stuffed crust. What
Yeah,
phone number did you use to verify your real Discord, your business Discord?
Yeah, Kim,
Well,
we're
that's
gonna
the
need
thing.
we're gonna need you to join this Discord. It's a Zonker Discord for work.
I
Not
got to
sure who
clip
he is,
that.
but,
I got to
yeah.
clip that shithead out now too. Jesus Christ!
I'm making you work.
That's
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, literally, I was laughing like, oh my God, like if I'd had gotten banned, I'd be fucked right now. And I was thinking, all those people that got banned for just going to those certain. The Pizza Hut one though was funny though because those
flat
idiots
earth
took
one?
that really serious. I kept ordering naughty mushrooms, and they got really upset about me ordering pizza with naughty mushrooms, which everyone knows are dicks. But like they didn't get that, and they were really pissed off about that.
That's what a naughty mushroom is? No, I'm
You're
joking.
joking.
All right, I'm almost done.
All right, CBM. We are at the 43-minute mark.
We are at the time. Thank you, Jay, timekeeper. Boys, what a fantastic show. Thank you so much. Des, what do you got left in your screwball there? Jay, we're giving you time.
I have a little bit left, but
Yeah,
got an early morning.
Kirk says, give us
Yeah,
like
early
give us
morning,
like a 2-minute story so I can finish this beer. Got anything?
No
story?
pressure.
Oh, Jesus. No, I used to drink cheap beer when I used to live in Toledo, Ohio. And I used to go to Royal Oak, Michigan, drink Blatz beer.
Nice.
Blatz. And I used to drink at the Gasoline Alley. That's where Eminem used to hang out.
Eminem.
Well, I never saw Eminem there, but I was told he came very often to that bar.
Marshall Mathers.
Yes. So,
Excellent.
uh,
Kim, are you
that's
done?
all I
Are you
have.
still going for a nipple on that for you? What the fuck, dude? Let's go.
This is bad.
I feel bad.
Well, I grew up near 7 Mile in Detroit, which is right near Marshall Mathers.
That's right. Nice
thought it was
strip joint
8
over there in 9 Mile.
Wait, you're not a mass guy?
I'm just fucking around. I'm trying to drag this out so you
No.
can finish your fucking beer.
But there is a nice
Yeah,
strip
it's
joint
like
on 9
8
Mile.
8 Mile. Okay.
7
Yeah.
mile. You're
I
1
was
mile
on
away.
I was on Pawn Stars one time. I went in with a Star Wars poster that I acquired when I worked at the movie theater, and those
Yeah, I'm
shitheads
gonna have to
didn't.
call my Star Wars friend on that
Those
one.
shitheads didn't want to give me the full value, so I ran out of there and punched the security guard so I could get the hell out.
All right, Kim, let's see that bottle. So we're ending on your empty bottle. Oh, motherfucker,
geez.
plastic shit.
We need another story.
Oh, I kind of feel bad. I feel bad now. He's gonna be. I don't want him to lay in his own body. When you sleep tonight, make sure you're on your stomach.
No, I can still drink. It's just it's the liquid going into the stomach situation. I'm giving myself enough time to not like spit it back up. I can drink this all day long.
It's like drinking a gallon of milk in under a half hour.
Yeah.
No, not like that. Okay.
This
is much worse.
I literally forgot that the reason why we bought Steel Reserve as opposed to St. Ides and Colt 45s was it was 8.1. I literally I thought to myself, like, that's what I got when I was in college. Completely forgetting it was because it was, what's the math on this? 8.5, 46.5 beers, right?
All right. Somebody else talk. This guy needs to drink.
46 and a half years? What is he saying?
No, how many beers is in there? Whatever.
Hey, Jay Muse was on this episode, guys. We're tagging.
Oh, he
Jay
was?
Muse.
Oh,
he was on this episode.
I'm
He
not
was
familiar with
ago.
that.
Man. He was
I'm not
smoking
familiar
weed,
with
drinking
that.
beers,
I'm not familiar
rolling
with that
spliffs,
young lad.
smoking
So-
blunts.
That's
Did,
the only way
uh,
I'm going to settle my stomach tonight. I'm going to smoke a joint.
Did you
All
guys
right, there we
get raffle tickets?
I was going to
Yeah.
say, let's
Yes.
go around
I
the
got
room.
two.
How many
got
tickets
two.
did you buy?
I got 2.
2.
2 for CBM, 1
2.
for me. Des, go ahead.
35.
Shank,
Ooh.
I got 5.
Okay. Did you have
Kim,
five?
no
Wait.
ceiling.
No, I only got 2 because I should have got more.
Yeah, I only got 2. I mean, like,
Well, you know what? I can say it here because it's going to go on Monday. So in Discord, we're going to also be trying to do something to raise some money to help
No
pay for
cross
the PAs.
promotion. Sorry.
So Steve, like everyone knows, like that asshole fucking dummy and those idiots, like, oh, where's all the money go? So Steve said that 99.9% of the money is going to go to pay for, to go directly to the VFW. But we have to. The one thing that is going to happen, we have to pay for the PA system.
Right.
So my idea was, and
They
Jay
can't find a fan with a
Jay
fucking
agreed
PA.
with me on this idea, was that we have a fundraiser through Discord to get Kirk to come back and do an AMA, and we pay for the PA system. Even if that means me paying for it out of my own pocket, I'll fucking do it. But we're gonna raise the money to pay for that PA system. So 100% of the proceeds will go to the
I can get
VFW.
a PA system. I have a buddy with a PA system.
That's that. Cammy,
I mean, it's
the whole
not
point is
insane,
getting
but
Kirk to do a
it's enough-
fucking AMA again. You're
It's
killing
enough-
me here.
Oh, forget it then. Forget it. Just kidding.
I'm the one who came up with the AMA idea, I believe.
Yeah, well, all right, fine. It was
yeah.
Inspector J and myself came up with this idea, tag team.
I like to
This-
work
this is
behind
an
the
entirely
scenes with
different
Kim on these
conversation. Are you
things,
guys
so.
gonna block people because Sneakers is gonna be in there?
I need to know everybody's verified phone number before they're allowed into the AMA.
That's
So,
gonna happen. Yeah.
if Kim
Two-step
has a
verification.
if
Despite
Kim
what
has
people
a
think, we don't ban
Discord
people.
China number, I'm not taking it.
Okay. Kim, let's see that beer.
Hold on.
Cameo's done. Shank
Oh my god,
done.
I'm ready for. I have another one in the fridge. I'm ready for it.
Jesus.
I have one more sip. So
I'm kidding.
I need
But not really.
2 minutes and I can do this.
I'm going to search for that menthol one, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, I can't wait. We need that.
Hey Shank, were you looking up the Hafenreffer for me?
Yeah, I saw. I saw the green beer.
Yeah, Green Death, Green Dragon, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, give me a
it's terrible.
timestamp right now and go back about 20 seconds because Kim went cross-eyed when he took that last sip.
All right, we're at 49.00.
It was about 49:05.
Don't worry, nobody's watching at this point.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah. So the
right.
Haffenreffer private stock. So
Yeah,
it
private.
sound- it
Yep.
Oh, private
Sound-
stock. Yes.
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah,
fancy.
the old English private stock. Those are the staples. Mickey's.
Let Shank talk. Thank you.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's just I've never heard of it, but it sounds fancy.
Is it still around? Do you know? Can you tell or anything?
I don't see. Yeah, I don't see if it still exists, but I mean, there's. Yeah, I mean,
Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts.
Holy shit.
oh,
All right. Well, FYI, I grew up out near Florence, VFW area, so I've already scoped it out, and Kim's given me the diagram of the ventilation system, so I
Well,
may be
I'll
able to
tell you-
crawl through the ceiling.
so actually,
my
uh,
uncle and great uncles, and they're all pretty much banned from every single VFW. So if I do win, if I say my last name and go in there, they're gonna know who I am because all my uncles were vets in either World War II, Korea,
oh,
Vietnam, and they've been banned from they're just a bunch of drunk assholes.
Yeah.
All my dad's family, so and they're all from Western Mass. That's where they grew up. So
so if you go in there and say Kim Jong Un, they're going to kick you out.
if I say my real last name, they're gonna know who I am.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad because I'm not joking. They've been banned from every fucking VFW from Springfield to friggin' Williams, Williamstown. It's bad.
All right,
They
let
couldn't
Shank
fucking
Shank
afford you.
finish on the Haffenreffer there.
yeah. So apparently it does. Someone checked it in on Untapped on August 3rd, but there is one on back in January this year that they gave it a 5-star rating.
5-star.
And it says, I can vicariously check this in, even though if I didn't have it today, fuck you. So,
All right,
that's
I'm just dragging this out. Thank you. So I think Kim has one or two more sips.
I have one sip left.
Before he's gonna
Burn,
vomit
baby, burn.
all over his windscreen. So my dad actually served in World War II. He drove a tank in Normandy, and the tank was blown up. He was one of the only survivors. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Well, thank him. Well, thank you for his service.
Yeah, he lived till 99 and a half. And
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandfather lived to 95, and he was trapped on an island. He did the Pacific. So my last name's German. I'm German and Irish. So my last name's German. So they sent a lot of the Germans' last names over to the Pacific because they were concerned that they might defect back to Germany, whatever the bullshit story. So they sent him the Pacific. He was a CB, and they'd go in and set up the electrical for the base and things like that. He got stuck on an island for 3 months before they had any reinforcements, and they all survived fighting the Japanese by themselves for almost 3 months, and almost all of them survived, which is incredible.
Yeah.
But it's the stories that he would tell from World War II were insane.
Oh, sure. Yeah, my grandfather as well. How did this turn into to World War II veterans?
We're all stretching it out so
I
Kim
love
can
these
finish
great
his
stories.
fucking beer.
I explained the fact that my family's been first of all, not my grandfather. My grandfather was a great person. His brothers,
He's going to finish before you.
his brothers, and his my brother. So my grandfather's brothers and those brothers' sons were a bunch of drunk assholes that lived out in Western Mass. So they've been banned from every VFW. That was the point of the story. I'll be done right now.
Here we go. Yeah.
Oof.
There
The
we go.
40 episode, the brown bag episode is done. Long one. But yes.
Kurt
great
Sesson,
one.
you finished
Jay
that true
Hughes
ball?
joined.
No,
All right, keep it going. Keep it going.
No,
Keep it going.
that's not fair. That is not fair.
I got an early day tomorrow work, so I can't be doing that.
Oh,
Gotta
man,
make
I'm
sure
on.
I'm
Can we see? Can we at least see how much you drank?
Well, he's almost done.
Oh, he's paused out now.
That was awesome. Yes.
Let's see under the desk again. Can you put the
Are
camera
you
down?
fucking mime?
Oh, come on. He drank more. That's perfect. You're
That's
good.
All right.
He's good.
Kurt
We're
says,
out
that,
on-
that was extremely impressive, by the way. I literally thought that you went freeze frame for a second.
Guys,
The
this
floor is
my
yours,
favorite episode.
CBM. Let's get out of here.
All right, Jay. Jesus Christ, gotta put your diaper
Wait,
on.
first of all,
Go to bed.
the sticker
All right,
doesn't
let's
work.
go.
The
Fuck up.
sticker's
We're
blue.
at 54 minutes.
All right, cheers, everybody. KMS Brews, thank you for joining. Jay
Cheers.
Hughes, thanks for coming on.